Now, once it's saved, I could start writing my smart mail and smart link messaging. But before I do so, I want to find even deeper signals. We're going to head over to the smart signal section where we've integrated many different tools for you to use really easily. The first is website visits. So again, you can either select your whole list by clicking the checkbox at the top. So you can select all 50, or you can select a few at a time and you could click on website visits. And what this will do is it will then search their website to tell you how many website visits, and this is using SimilarWeb. When the circle is running around, the blue line is running around the circle or rotating around the circle, that means that it's searching. And as you will see, a new column will be added with your website visits. That's how many website visits each company that you selected has. The next one is LinkedIn company followers. LinkedIn company followers and LinkedIn people followers are the only signal, smart signal that we have that is not using an API, which means it's not automatic. It takes some time. So if you click on LinkedIn company followers, the first thing you want to do is enter the list name. So let's say I want to follow followers of Smart Reach AI. Then I select the criteria. This is quite important because you want to build a list of company followers. This is people who are following a specific company on LinkedIn. It could be your competitor that you would like to see how many people, who is actually following your competitor. It could be a partner company that you'd like to see who is following that company. And why is that important? Because it really does give you an intent signal to know, well, if they're following a competitor, the likelihood that they may be interested in me could be high. Or if they're following a company that can provide a certain amount of features, but we can provide an add-on to that, then that we know that they would be great. So let's say, for example, you have a technology that's an add-on to HubSpot. So you would want to search for people that are following HubSpot because the likelihood is that they may be using HubSpot, and then you can offer them your product or service on top of that. The criteria component here is where you're going to actually create your filters prior to doing this search. As I showed you earlier, you create your filters. So you could say, I only want people that are following Smart Reach AI that are in the US, have at least 100 employees, and with this specific title as your criteria. And then you select your criteria from the drop-down list. If you don't select the criteria, it is optional. If you don't select the criteria, what will happen is you will get the full list of everybody who's following that company. And then you head over to LinkedIn. You find the URL of that company and you want to make sure that it's the correct URL. So I'm going to search for Smart Reach AI. I'm going to find the company URL. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to find the company URL and I'm going to type in just that company, taking me actually to the dashboard. So I'm going to go to view as a member and then I'm able to see exactly what that URL is. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to copy that and then I'm going to select how many followers I want. I can select starting at 1,000 followers, going all the way up to 10,000 followers. Okay. And once you select how many followers you want, and you then can select, you want to enrich it with email or mobile, you could decide based on, what you're looking for. Do you want their mobile numbers or you just want their emails? This will also tell you exactly how many tokens will be used for that specific search. Then you click continue. Once you click continue, it will tell you that it's processing. And after it's processing, you will be able to find this list in your My List section of the software. When you go to the My List section, you will see that it's saved and ready for you, and it'll say company followers. And the same goes for people followers. You want to use people followers if you want to find a specific influencer in the space and an influencer that, your audience may be following. So let's say you're targeting companies in the real estate industry and there's a big real estate guru that your prospects are probably following. That's also a really good way to find them and a really good way to actually send a message connecting into them saying, hey, I see that you follow this person. I love his or her insight on ABCD, and it starts this warm connection with them. Would love to connect with you, would love to chat with you about ABCD. The next filter is technology. This is integrated with built with. So just like the technology filter that we have already built in on the company side, this is a little bit of a deeper technology filter, and you can again select whichever companies. You can select all 50, or you can just select one or two, and then you could say, you know what, I want to find companies that are using, I'll use HubSpot as the example, but you could type in any technology. If it's not able to be found, you won't be charged the tokens, and you'll be able to see it's running by the circles rotating, and it will add a new column for technology, and it will add that for you. So you could see these actually both are not using HubSpot. So that did use a token because it actually used 2 tokens for 2 prospects because it went and searched and it told me, you know what, they both are not using HubSpot. The YouTube channel is if you'd like to find people that do they actually have a YouTube channel? So again, you'll select the prospects or the companies. You click YouTube channel. It will then tell you if it has a YouTube channel, and it will also tell you how many have subscribed to the channel. And Instagram followers will tell you how many Instagram followers that company has. Hiring from Indeed will tell you who is hiring, and you can actually select the prospects, click on Indeed hiring, and then you could select the position and the number and maximum amount of. So let's say, for example, you'd like to say, I want to find, is this company hiring anyone in sales? You then click on position, you enter in sales, you enter in, I want to find a maximum of companies that are looking for at least, 10 salespeople, and it will list all the different sales positions up to 10. Okay, from 0 to 10. In addition to hiring, another way that you can search for hiring beyond Indeed is looking at the smart agent. So you can select the prospects that you would like to search, and you could select, is this company hiring? Now you can just ask in general if they're hiring, or you could be specific and you could say an engineer, or let's focus on marketing because we know that these companies are marketing, a marketing person. Is this company hiring a marketing person? And this will search with the smart agent beyond just Indeed. The Smart Signal Indeed job hiring is focusing on if they've actually posted a job on Indeed, and the Smart Agent is searching across LinkedIn and other job sites as well. Google Ads Insight is a really great one as well. It will tell you, is this company running ads on Google? And if so, how many ads? And this will give you a good indication if they're actually running and spending money on ads. And if they're running many, then you know that they have a big budget. And then Facebook Ads is similar. It will tell you, are they running ads on Facebook? And if so, how many they're running. Google Maps will take you out of the search, and you will be able to search for different local listings such as mom and pop shops, bars, pubs, dollar stores, anything that's local that you would like to search for. And then you enter in your keyword, which means I'm looking for pubs in New York. So you provide the location where you would like to find them. Your keyword is what you're looking for: pubs, bars, dollar stores, cannabis, whatever you're looking for, you enter in that keyword. And then you enter in how many places you'd like to find. I'm going to go back to that in a moment. Company lookalikes is you select a company, and then you say, okay, I want to find companies that look like this company. This is an integration with Ocean, and this will tell you very specifically, based on Ocean's algorithms, which companies are similar to the companies that you've already selected and found. So you could search for a specific keyword. So you could say, I want to use all of these keywords, any of these keywords, or exclude keywords. You can select the countries. I only want to find companies, for example, that are in the US and Canada, and I only want companies that have a specific department employee count, and you could select any department you want. So I only want to find companies, for example, that have at least 1 to 3 people in their design department. Otherwise, I don't want to find those companies. Or you could leave all of this blank and you could say, just find me companies that are similar in whatever country. Now, the matching score is also important because the matching score tells you how much of a match they are. So 75% will tell you that they're very similar, but as you go higher, they'll be even more similar, and it'll go up to 100%, which means I only want a match of companies that are exactly like this company that I selected. And again, you could select the number of results that you'd like to display. And in addition, you could do the same thing for people lookalikes. So you can select a person and you could say, find me people that look like this person, very similar filters that I mentioned earlier. And you could again move the toggle over for your matching score to see how much you'd like to match. The recommendation is to keep it at 75% so that you can find companies that are similar. The higher you go, the less companies you'll find.